is layered. This is a winter weather advisory, a winter storm warning, a blizzard warning, an ice storm warning. We even have heavy freeze warning as well. And we're, of course, also aware that there could be some lakeshore flooding. So this is a lot. And like people can miss one over the other.
Well, and usually if you click the radar there too, where you see really heavy stuff just south of Green Bay, that people think, oh my God, that's heavy snow. No, that is sleet. See, the thing is, sleet
Mm-hmm.
shows up on the radar as really heavy precipitation, but it's really not. Usually, when you know there's a rain snow line in a storm and you see the really heavy stuff, you're not
Mm-hmm.
rooting for it to come to you. You're rooting for it to stay away because that's
To
not
stay
heavy
away. Let's
snow.
put it in play.
That is sleet. But this is where spotters are so important because the most important job really of a spotter can do is when you have a storm where there is a rain snow line and ice line, you need the spotter to call and be like, it just switched over to sleet, or it just switched over to freezing rain, it just switched over to rain. Because it's impossible to really know where that line is because there's so many layers of the atmosphere. If you went up 2,000 feet, up 2,000 feet more, you're going to get different reports where you are, but you got to know where
Right.
is it on the ground? Where is that rain snow line? Where is that sleet line? Where is it changing over? And that's important for the plows. You
Yeah.
know, well, we're not going to go plow there. It's snowing, like we're screwed. We got to wait till that changes over before we start plowing. So a lot of it affects it. And the radar, different radars can be really good about that, but there's still nothing in the world like, oh, it just changed to sleet, and let me call up National
Yeah.
Weather Service. We just changed to sleet, and
There's
that gives
nothing
them a
like a
better idea.
human. As much as we want to
Yeah.
replace everybody with like AI and we just want to get rid of people and
Mhm.
we don't need people and humans are disposable, we're really not, because what Corey brings up is a really good point, because even if we were to say one area, okay, so I could be in one location and Corey could be half a mile down the road. And remember, folks at home, that with weather, it doesn't function horizontally. I think a lot of people think that because it looks like it's coming down like horizontal, but these are thermal profiles. So when you're measuring the adiabatic, the parcel and how it lifts up into the atmosphere, and you're looking at different rates, you got to remember as it's moving through the atmosphere, there could be a little warm layer, there could be a little cold layer, there could be a little warm layer, and it could really mix. And it's not until it hits that really the surface where you could have a pocket of cold air. This is what Corey's talking about. This is why humans are important in this case, because we have to have those reports that are giving us those important nuances in weather stories. And I think a lot of times with meteorologists, and I can vouch for, myself, when you're looking at this radar, you want to have somebody who's local, who's there, who can give us a report, because like you're saying, it could just be a little bit of cold air or a little bit of warm air, and there goes your pre